Good morning, Flosstube. It is May 26th, Saturday. A little late this morning, 10:15 in the morning here in Maryland. I've been having a little bit of a rough time getting started here. We moved my camera around yesterday and I'm having a hard time getting it back into the spot that I want it to be to make it easier for me to stitch and easy for you to see and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm still messing with it. Hopefully you can see okay. Of course, at this point, you're probably so tired of me, you're like, yeah, whatever, Jan, just turn it off. Anyway, it is Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. It's a gorgeous day here in Maryland. We already got out for about a 3-mile, 2.5-mile walk this morning before it got too hot. So that was nice. Let's see, I have 6 more days to go of this, and I have to say I'm getting a little weary. Not with the stitching, not with the starts, but just with the filming every day. I know a lot of people are enjoying this, and I'm enjoying it too. I'm not saying I'm not, but there's some days that it's just like, and this is one of those days, and it probably comes across in my voice. So we'll see how we do today. I think the other part is that I'm just kind of running out of things to say. But anyway, yesterday, let me pull this beast up and show you. Yesterday, see, I don't even know, this is so strangely positioned now. There we go, my Taj Mahal mandala. So, I had been working across this here. I got this finished, came around the corner, and almost got the second side done. Definitely is a lot slower. Didn't get as many hours in yesterday as I would have liked, but that is life. I think what I've decided to do is on the weekends, once Mania is over, make this my weekend project, so I'm not setting it down and not doing it for any long stretches of time like I have been. I really want to get this done. It's just going to be stunning. And this is going to be one that I'm going to send to Jill Rensel to frame because it's definitely worthy of her framing. So I'm happy with what I got done yesterday. Those satin stitches and that silk is just gorgeous. Oh, I did realize, because I actually looked at the chart, what a concept, that I did the first side wrong. Let me see if I can point it out to you over here. So if you look up to this point, the stitches are slanting bottom left to upper right. This is the middle point of the side. So at this point, they were supposed to switch, and I caught it. I looked at the chart as I was going along on this side, so I caught it, so I did switch, so now they're going from upper left to lower right. I did not know that on my first side, so they are all going in the same direction. I only noticed it because I looked at the corner to see exactly what we were doing in the corner, and I was like, oh, those are slanting a different direction. That's because from here on, these stitches were supposed to be slanting this way. I was not going to take it out and redo it. I'm sure I'm the only one who will notice it, and if somebody else does, I don't care. So there is that beauty. I was thrilled to work on it yesterday. I don't even know what day or what past presents and all that is. I have this beauty sitting here because that is tomorrow's. But today, my start is a Summer Row by Bent Creek. And I am starting right here in the middle. It's funny, as I start these things, you know, I want to get a little bit established so that I kind of know what direction I'm going. And so I started in the middle on this one, and I started with a little flag, and that's the flagpole coming down, and then this is the start of the next flagpole. There's a flag sticking up here. So and then I worked down, this is the little sand hill right here. So I'm working down, and you can see I'm just not comfortable with where I'm showing one. I think part of it, this linen is really, I mean, you can see it's really floppy. And so I think that's part of my part of my discomfort is that as I'm working on it, this is pulling down, so it's not a good angle for you to be seeing what's going on. But anyways, I think it's not like you can't see, it's just kind of pulling away what I've already done. But I think we can still work with this. So I've done that, now I'm down here. So I started to say, I want to get something established before I get started on the video, so I'm comfortable with where I'm going and you can kind of see more. So I work a little bit and then I think, okay, well, I'm just going to do this. Okay, well, let me get started on this portion because I think this is the portion that I'll do on the video. Okay, well, let me get a little bit further along. Well, let me do those three. Okay, well, I'm not liking this. Let me do those, So it's just, and before I know it, a half hour's gone by and it's like, Jen, you just really need to get on and get recording this. So that's why I'm here. A little bit late because I kept going and I'm still fussing with the camera angle and all that. Somebody asked me in a comment on yesterday's video or the day before if my camera is strapped to my forehead like a GoPro. No, it is not. I have a clamp. It's a clamp that clamps on my desk, and then it has this long flexible but not easily flexible neck, and then it has the kind of expanding things that the camera sits in, the phone. And so, like I've said, it is right, my face is right there, and the camera is right there. So, yeah, we're all kind of on top of each other here. But no, it is not on my forehead. We actually got a GoPro. Hold on, let me see. That's those three there, and then I want to come diagonal. We actually got a GoPro to see if that would work, but I'm still not following what I'm doing here. Hold on. One below is a different one, so I want to go diagonal. But we decided that, or I decided that I didn't feel the resolution of it was good enough for you guys to be able to see this kind of work, because we'd like it to be fairly well in focus, and that the GoPro is more of a fisheye lens, so it has a tendency to kind of round things off, and that's not a look we want for this kind of work. So, and the camera works fine as long as you have the right apparatus to set it up, and the right lighting, of course. So, like I said, I have 6 days left. And, it really is kind of hard to believe that May is almost over. And we are almost halfway through the year. You try to explain to your kids how fast life goes as they get older, because, they always want to grow up so fast, and they want to be doing, when they're in elementary school, they want to be in middle school. When they're in middle school, they want to be in high school. When they're in high school, they want to be out of school and in college and, becoming adults. Then when they are adults, they realize, oh, well, this isn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. And you try and tell them, don't wish your life away, because it goes so fast. And the things that are devastating you today, I am so totally off on this. Oh my God, I have to take all that out. The things that seem devastating to you today, in a year from now, you're not even going to remember. But they don't understand that. But anyway, so here we are, 6 days left in my mania plans. God, I'm so confused. Why am I so confused with this one? I probably need to go back to bed. Okay, that is the only one that is right. The rest of them have to come out. God. So tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to be working on my on my Modern Folk Embroidery 4 Seasons. Looking forward to that, of course, because, again, it's another piece I absolutely adore. After that, I will be working on Winter Wonderland. That's for this fabric that's hiding under here, the one with the trees printed on it from Kaniki's Whims and Prims. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see, and after that, I talked to you yesterday about needing to pick beads and, you know, getting yarn wound and needing to pick beads for my next Laura Nelkin project, her next club project. I got the yarn wound yesterday. It's very, very pretty yarn. And I've picked out all kinds of different beads that I think might work. That's not all of them. I have a lot of beads. These are size 6 seed beads. So what I'm thinking of doing, anytime I have to pick beads, you know, well, you have to do a swatch anyways when you're knitting to figure out if you have gauge. Okay, that's the one that's correct, right? Okay, to figure out if you have gauge. And when I'm doing that, when I have to decide on beads, I will incorporate the beads into the swatch so I can actually see how the beads look on the knitting. So what I thought I would do for, on the 29th is where I have it written in. I had something else written in there, another new start, but I don't have the right floss for that. I'm going to have to get up to the store and pick out the color I have in my mind. What am I doing? I'm doing that, and then I'm going to go up there. So I took that one off the list and put the knitting one in. Well, I hope you guys will enjoy that. That'll be something a little different. So what I thought I'd do is I'm going to have most of the swatch done with most of the beads in place, but I'll do a little bit of knitting to show you how beads are placed in knitting, and then I'll talk about how I make a decision on what beads to use. And then I think I will ask for your opinions. I probably will have a pretty good idea of which ones I want to use at that point, but I will love to hear your opinions as well. So we'll take a little poll in the comments. So that's in a couple days. After that, I have a couple other whips. And the reason I'm kind of filling in the rest of my whips is, or filling in the time with my whips, is I want to take it to June 1st. Because on June 1st, I want to start the June month sampler from Prairie Schooler. Because, you know, June, that kind of thing. Of course, it's not going to get finished in June, but that is neither here nor there. Maybe it will be finished for next June. We can always hope. So anyways, that's my plan. June 1st will be my last day of recording, of daily recording of... Oh, come on. My patience level is just not here today for this kind of nonsense. Alrighty. Yeah, so. See, things just aren't right. Things just are not right. I'm sorry, folks. I'm a little bit irritated today. We had trouble with the video yesterday. We had trouble with my computer yesterday. It was one of those days where if anything could go wrong with technology, it did. Phone-related, computer-related. Yeah, it was just rather annoying. Everything had to be rebooted, and Mike was working on it, and my camera setup here was in his way, so he moved it all out of the way, and it was just like, oh, God. So now I'm still not happy. And see, I'm totally off camera now. So I hope your days are going better. It's Saturday, right? The rest of the day will just be a chill day, a stitching day, a digital scrapbooking day, and a visiting with friends day. So that can't be bad, right? Let's make sure I'm on track. I keep bumping you. You are, oh, it's right where yeah. I'm sorry. So that's going to be there, and that's going to be 3 down, so that works well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, yeah, that's about where we are. For this pattern, I'm going to be using a mixture of the called for and my own concoction. It calls for a mixture of Gentle Arts Weak Dye Works and one DMC. I'm going to be using a mixture of Gentle Arts, Weak Dye Works, DMC, and Victorian Motto. So what I have picked so far is, so this is supposed to be Gentle Arts Harvest Basket. I am using Victorian Motto Golden Roll because that seemed it seems very similar to what's in the picture. So that is that. I do have Harvest Basket, but it's in Hoity Toity, and I didn't want to take it out. I don't know how much of it's going to be needed for Hoity Toity, but since Hoity Toity is such a big one, I'm not going to mess with any of the threads in there too much. I did take out some of the threads for Wilhelmina, but since that is using 1 strand of floss, it's not like those 20 yards, like I'm losing that much of those 20 yards in that pattern. So I think I'm going to be okay with that. I guess that's the one downside to using the club flosses in these patterns. As far as I know, I don't know, but my assumption is that the colors that Nancy dyes for the club flosses do not then become part of her normal colorways that she offers. I don't know that, but that's just my assumption. So if I run out in the middle of a project, I am pretty much out of luck. Now, hopefully with 20 yards, that will never happen. But, you know, some of these big projects, I guess you just don't really know. But Hoity Toity, again, is just using 1 strand of floss as well, so I would not think I would run out. Boy, that first one is really not looking very nice compared to the other ones. Oh, I hate it when my tension's off. But it's part of the problem with working around a contraption like this. It's not the easiest thing to see and keep track of all the time, especially when you're working one at a time. I hate working one stitch at a time with the variegated, at least across in a row. It's very, it doesn't make for nice, neat stitches, in my experience. Skip 1, do 1. So let's see what else. Not a whole lot else is going on here. Should I just play some music now? Maybe I should sing. I'm not a bad singer. It just probably wouldn't come across too well. That's not what you're here for. I know that. Alrighty, I think I'm going to end that there, mostly because I don't know what else to say. But that's okay. It's Saturday. It's Memorial Day weekend. We all have places to go and things to do, right? My place to go and thing to do is in the shower. So, with that, like I said, tomorrow is the Modern Folk Embroidery piece. So this is the one, I don't know how many of you know the story of this. This is the Mystery Sal. And whenever it started and I looked at the dimensions, and this is nobody's fault but my own. So I am not blaming anybody but my own lack of attention. When I started it oriented the wrong way on the fabric. This is going to be a longer, it's a rectangle, a long rectangle. I started it with the width, the rectangle going across instead of up and down. So this was my first start, and I got the full first month done. And I don't know what made me, in the middle of the night, I woke up and I was thinking, and it struck me that I had my fabric oriented the wrong way. And I took a deep breath. And the reason for that is because, most charts have the dimensions width by height. This one had height by width, and it clearly states, number H times number W. It clearly states that which one was the height and which one was the width. But I didn't see anything but the numbers and made that assumption, and you know what they say about assuming. And so did width by height and put it on the fabric wrong. I love this. But then as I started working on it more, I decided that some of my colors were a little too pale for this gray fabric. And it is a gorgeous gray fabric. This is a 40 count. So I started again, and I changed out some of the colors. This is what happens when you have crap all over your desk, right? So I'm not even done with the first month yet. I still have to tear out the other stuff. And what I do is periodically, when I'm stitching on this, I'll take 5 or 10 minutes whenever I'm done with the stitching session and go and rip out some more of the other stuff. Now I look at this, I'm thinking, boy, I really like those other colors better. But that's too bad because we're going with this. So this is a seasonal. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. This is a seasonal sampler, so it's winter, spring. Spring's over here. You can see the start of that section. Summer will be down here in fall, and it's going to be it's a big Quaker piece, and it's gorgeous. A lot of people are doing it in one color floss, and I have to say, there's a certain freedom in one color because you don't have to think. You just stitch. I did multiple colors because I don't know if I could handle one color, even if it's a variegated throughout the whole piece. I don't know. Someday I need to do that and find out. I do like these. So this is my winter, and I'm trying to keep the colors here as muted and subtle as possible. My idea when I decided to restart it and change the colors is that I'm keeping these colors muted, and I incorporated the brown into winter because to me, in my experience, winter is muted. It's browns and grays. The whole world kind of dies and comes in on itself, and it's browns and grays. But then every once in a while you have snow, and you have a bright blue sky, and you have soft colors reflecting on the snow and soft colors in the sky. So that's what I'm trying to depict with that. And then this little pop here of the peach, I'm just going to use this peach just for like the heart, just to have a little pop. So this is going to be muted. And then my idea is to take these same colors. I'm going to leave this band the same, and I assume there's going to be an echoing band on the bottom. So I'm going to use the same color on the band the whole way across. But what I want to do then is take the colors and brighten them up for spring. So have a pretty pastel palette for the spring. And then for summer, I want to take those same colors and saturate them. So for summer, it's going to be those saturated colors. And then for autumn, I want to take those same colors and jewel tone them and lean them more towards yellow, towards the yellow autumny tones. So still the same colors, just the different values of them, I guess. So anyways, that's my plan. I hope it comes together. We've got a long way to go, but I love stitching on this, and this is what you will see tomorrow, and I just filled in my 25 minutes with my rambling. So guys, have a great day. Day 26 of Stitch Mania, it's on. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.